What's up, guys? It's Ranbir with the Strength Method, strengthmethod.com. Looking good is about two things. We always want to remember, we want to make this stuff simple, okay? So looking good is going to be having less body fat and having muscles that do work. That's all it is. And the reason I say that is because if you don't do any work, your muscles are not going to look like that of somebody who is athletic or muscular or toned and defined. So we got to know where those things are coming from rather than just, oh, I want to look like this, and then we don't do the things that those people do. That doesn't mean you need to lift 700 pounds, but what it does mean is you got to make those muscles do some type of work, okay? And it's actually a lot less than what comes to your mind or what comes into people's mind when they think about that. Now that we have set the stage of what is our goal and what are the driving factors behind that, as a reminder, the amount of body fat on your body is always, you will hear me say this a million times, okay? And again, you don't have to take my word for it. You should experiment and find out for yourself, because then you will know definitively, okay, that calories are going to be the number one thing. Now, as we reduce our calories, or in what I actually think is if you eat the appropriate amount of calories, because 2,000 calories is a lot of food. And I believe if most people are not gaining tons and tons of fat because they're eating 2,000 calories. Most people are gaining fat or are overweight because they consume thousands of calories beyond that on a regular basis, right? And it's not there. It's not like you're doing it on purpose. You just don't know. It's so easy to get so many calories because, like, this is actually a good thing. Like, we figured out how to get a lot of calories in very small packages. For example, a McDonald's hamburger, 250 calories. It won't even fill you up. A little, like, one donut is like 250 to 300 to 400 calories. A chocolate cake donut or one of those old-fashioned donuts, like upwards of 400 calories. That's most, and you're still hungry, right after you eat that. So anyways, calories are going to be king. Then, that's going to help us begin to reduce the fat. But now, to support the other side of the equation, where the muscle, right? You need protein, and protein is something that people think is the most difficult to get. And it's actually, number one, if you think it's difficult to get, you're not going to hit it, okay? It's just not going to work out like that. For a variety of reasons, there'll be another video, but you got to know that it's actually easier than ever to get protein. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to share with you literally the strategies that I use or that I use with clients over the last 10 years to help hit our protein targets. And remember, the amount of protein that you want to get is about 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight, okay? You can't go wrong with higher protein, and no, your kidneys are not going to melt. Like, how many people do you know that really have kidney damage because of protein? It doesn't exist. People have kidney damage because they drink too much and they have bad habits that are actually harmful to your health. And people won't question those things, but they'll question, eating too much protein, oh my God. Like, let's have some perspective. Let's juxtapose those two statements to find a better answer, right? So one fantastic way to get more protein is beef jerky. And the cool thing is you can find beef jerky everywhere, all over the world, all over the country for sure, in the United States. Let me just give you the nutrition facts on this bag. This bag, which is about $9 at Walmart, it's a half pound and it's delicious. And that's another thing, like some beef jerky is a little bit. So this has 8 servings of 1 ounce or 28 grams. And one serving has only 1 gram of fat, 8 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. So for this thing, you're gonna, if you ate the entire thing, so for example, if you were on the go and you grabbed one of these, that takes care of a big chunk of your daily protein, right? That's gonna give you 80 grams of protein for only 8 grams of fat and only 64 grams of carbs, which is not bad, right? So this is a great way to hit your protein target, and you can find it anywhere. There's grocery stores all over the place. All of them carry this. This Jack's Link one is pretty delicious, but you know, that's another thing. You gotta try them out, see which ones you like. I tried this Bridgeford one that I picked up at Walmart that had, it was flavored with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, the sweet and spicy one. And I gotta say, if you're looking for a barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's hot, spicy, sweet and spicy, I believe, but it's one of the best barbecue sauces. But anyways, the beef jerky was flavored with that barbecue sauce. So, and that one was even actually more protein, and it had a little bit less carbs. So, great tool. And remember, to recap what we learned, you know, it's not about doing what's your exercise. It's not about that. The number one thing to reduce the fat on your body, to begin to change how you look, is going to be calories, okay? And you have to reduce the calories, but protein is gonna be a big key, because if you don't have adequate protein and you're not active, then you're just gonna end up being skinny fat, because you will lose muscle first if there's not a reason for the muscle to be there. And as you're reducing calories, if there's not adequate protein to support keeping that muscle, it's gonna disappear. And you know, through my own experimentation and seeing clients over the last 10 years, most people, actually pretty much everyone, looks better when they have more protein. And I hesitate to even say more protein, because it's only more protein in relation to what people think is regular amount of protein, but they don't even really know. It's just, it's more than what they're intaking, so it's high protein. But in reality, I don't believe it's a high protein, it's a, you know, high amount of protein. It's the appropriate amount of protein that a person who wants to maximize how they look and feel should be getting. Yes, you can live and survive off a very low amount of protein, but you know, the human body can live and survive in pretty shitty conditions. So like, we're not discussing that. We're discussing getting the most out of this thing, right? So hopefully that was helpful. If that was helpful, like, comment, subscribe. Remember, just keep that in mind. There's easy answers to everything. Just because you don't know them does not mean that it's impossible. So getting high protein while keeping your calories low is not impossible. You just don't have the right tools. And so we're gonna continue, I'm gonna continue to keep bringing the tools that I use to make this easy, and so that you can stay lean all year round, whether you're traveling, whether you're working crazy hours, whether you have a family, whether you got kids, whatever the situation is, whether you're a business person. The information that I'm going to provide is always going to be about getting it done, regardless of circumstance and situation. Because that's what the strength method is about. The strength method is about living a strong life, and that's how it's done.